Hello friends, this is Diane. I am really in the throes of creating these two everyday journals with the Amity Bloom course. And obviously I can't show the process. I say that every time I do one of these videos. That's just because I want you to understand why I'm just showing you things that are done and not showing you how I did them. Because it's a paid course. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm spending a lot of time. I've spent 2 days working on pages. I've got the covers done, except for the inside, but I've got them as far as we're supposed to go up to this point. And I have spent 2 days working on pages. So I'm just going to show you, just real quickly, some of the pages that I have, but I'm going to actually make a page, decorate a page, because this is not something from her course, what I'm doing with this page up here. So I have two different journals here, that's why they're in two piles, but I make one page for one journal and do the same kind of thing. They're all different. The pages are different, the pictures are different, but I kind of do the same thing with a page for each journal. So I have a bird book page here. I'm not going to show you details of every page because we'll see that when we do the flip through. This is a tuck spot here, and there's one on this side too. So I've used book pages, some digitals. Some of the digitals are from Amity Bloom and some are from others like Tailor-Made Journals. I have some of her wallpaper in here. This is from this 1935 autograph book. This is wallpaper. Another greeting card there. This is one of my linens. I scanned it. I did not make a digital for my shop yet, but it printed pretty good, so maybe I will make some linen digitals. Tell me what you think about that one. And there's another one in the other journal that's one of my own linens. Just a magazine page, book page. These are not in any order. I'm just making them and putting them in a pile, and then I will get an order to them later. I may be making more pages than I need, actually. There's a cloth book page that I put in there. I'm just going to include that in my journal. This is an artisan paper. Another artisan paper. And that's a wallpaper pocket. And this is just from a large atlas page. I didn't do anything to it. Just cut it to size. So that seems like a lot of pages, but I don't know how many signatures we're doing. So far we're just making pages. Let me just show you. That's part of the other piece of linen. I just wanted to show you the other linen of mine. There's another piece of wallpaper. Artisan papers. Cloth book. There it is. This is another one of mine. and vintage wallpaper. So I'm loving these pages. It's time consuming to prep them, but I don't think we'll be doing like handmade ephemera that takes a lot of time. I think the covers themselves took quite a bit of time, and then the pages are taking time. But I think once I have the pages all done, and we will do some decorating, but I think it should go a lot faster once I get my pages all done. You know, decorated, constructed, whatever. So this is something that she didn't do in hers, because I wanted to include these bunny page books, bunny book pages. There is a lot of marking up on these pages. And I just love the pictures. I like the shape. So I made mine already. This one will go in my book. And I'm just going to show you how I did it. So this is the size of my pages, which I know that it's not the same as hers. I thought that I made my base that I made the cover out of like she did. She didn't really give exact measurements because you can make them any size you want to, but anyway, I know my pages are longer, taller than hers. So I won't do that again. I'll correct that the next time, because this is 14 inches. No, that's not right. I was measuring from the wrong side. It's 10 inches. But they're 6 inches wide. So this is what I'm using as a template. So I have my book page, and I can just fold this wherever it suits it to fold. I didn't want to cut the bunnies. Like, to fold it in half would have been right down the middle of her face. And she's holding the baby, so I didn't want to cut him off. So I folded it over here, and it was just a small flap. But with this page, I'm going to fold it here. And then, so that this isn't wider than it needs to be, I'm just going to fold it. So I didn't fold this with the same measurement as mine, so this flap isn't as big as this. And the shaped part, with this page, the shaped part is over here. So that will change how I do it. Perhaps, let me try another page that has it shaped the same way, just so I can show you how I did this one. There's a picture on one side and text on the other side. And that's adorable. But there's writing all over. So that's why I did some extra embellishing on this. You can still see a little bit of pen right there. So it would have to be that one or that one, and I don't really care for them. All right, no, I don't want to do it that way. Yeah, I could do it that way. So this is a really cute picture. I can just have the picture on the inside. And I'm just going to leave that fold where it is. It's just going to be a little narrower than it has to be, but that's fine. Okay. So I want to extend this page out and make it 6 inches. So I'm just going to take digital. I'll take one of Amity Bloom's digitals. I think this one might have been one of the digitals that comes with the course. I have a bunch of her digitals, so I don't remember which ones came with the course and which ones I purchased. So this is where I want to glue it. And since it's shaped, I won't know where to put the glue on this part, so I'm just going to start right here and glue on the shaped page. On this one, there was a bicycle over here, but no bunnies, so I covered up the rest of the page and then had it extended out. So this one isn't going to have as much of the extra paper because I don't want to cover that bunny. So you just go with whatever your images are or designs on your pages. And I'll just cut this. First I have to see where to cut it, don't I? And right there. And now I just want to trim the shape a bit. No, I don't need to do that either. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure this out as I go. I'm just going to glue something over that. Like here, I added this to extend the page out and then added this onto this side. So it covers itself. My digital papers are backing each other is what I mean to say. And I used one of the pages that has some journaling space on it. When I do the flip through of my journals, I'm going to talk about journals that have a lot of journaling space, like the ones that I make, and journals that have a lot of decorative elements and not very much space for journaling, because there are different ways to journal. And so we will talk about that. On the different ways you can use, different types of journals. Like when I'm doing these pages, I'm doing a lot more decorating on the pages than I normally do. And I think it's fun. I'm using a lot of elements that I love, images and papers and colors that I love. And so I'm having a lot of decorating fun, but you will still be able, if you purchase my journal here, you will still be able to have some decorating fun too, and we will talk about that. So this page that I'm gluing down right now is not from the journal course. This is a kit that I purchased, and it might have been called Diary Pages or Journal Pages or Floral Writing Pages or something like that. But they have decorations on them, but there's mostly space for writing, and they're pretty pages. I think I'm just going to trim this with my paper trimmer because those edges don't seem very straight. This edge here seems a little wavy, and it is. I mean, these edges are wavy, but they're supposed to be. Okay, so there's that. And now, to do this side, I'm going to use a receipt, I think, like a vintage receipt. So here is First National Bank of Hazleton. That's Hazleton, Pennsylvania, near Scranton. And it's dated 1944. And if I put it there, I'm going to chop off the 4. I want you to be able to see the date. So I'm going to move this down because I don't want to cut the top of this to go to that shape. But I can cut the bottom of it. I don't mind that. So I'm going to move this down. And I don't want to chop that 4 off, but I want to cover this edge too. So I'm going to take another of Nazzie's papers. It's Amity Bloom. I've got some that got printed on my cheap paper. I printed them a long time ago, so I want to use those for gluing down instead of for pages. I think that's not on the cheap paper, but these would be fun just for collage. That's a cheap paper one. Okay. I like the colors on that one. And I like these extra elements at the bottom. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line this up and glue it down. I'm going to start my glue right in the middle of that cheese and ham sandwiches line of text. And I'm just going to glue all the way out. I don't think I'll be putting my paper all the way out there. Yeah, I have to cover that with something else. So perhaps I should do that first. This will work. Gotta work fast before the glue dries. This is one of Nazzie's wallpaper border strips. She has several sets of wallpaper border, and it's just one page with several borders on it. Okay, now and I can just bend this around. Okay, and now I will leave this on. And then I'm just cutting around the shape of the page. You probably know when you're cutting around curves, the best thing to do is to move the paper and not the scissors. You'll get a smoother cut. Oops, I already did that. So there were pictures on Facebook yesterday and today of a bear walking down the middle of the street in downtown Sayre, right near where my daughter lives. Actually on her, no, not on her road, but the next road up. It's where my post office, the one I go to 3 different post offices depending on where my other errands are for the day. But yeah, the Sayre post office is right near where the bear was. And I guess it was there again today. Not a big bear, but still, be careful. I would be careful with my pets and my children. So there it is. This is what it will look like. One page. I'm sorry. Just going to fold this like it's the signature that this is wrapped around. Isn't that pretty? Her papers are so pretty, and I really like this piece of vintage ephemera with it. And then you open it up, and you have that. And then when you get to this side, you have that. And that you can journal on. And there is room to add more embellishments. This one doesn't have any markings on it. This one wasn't drawn on, but like I said, I had to embellish here. The embellishments will come in the course. We'll be embellishing, but I went ahead and added these on just because I wanted to cover those marks. So those are my pages. I hope that it wasn't too confusing. So one will go in my journal and one will go in the other journal. So again, it's going to be a short video today, but I do appreciate you watching, and I think short videos are fine. I like to watch shorter videos myself. So I'm going to continue on. I've got just a little bit more time to work today, and so maybe I'll get a little bit more done, and then I'll be back at it tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a creative day today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.